Triple H, and I'll read the headline, then we'll jump into this. Triple H and Vince McMahon have a major disagreement regarding CM Punk's possible return to WWE. So, long story short, there was a heated exchange between Triple H and Vince McMahon during a creative meeting. CM Punk basically is back doing analysis on Fox. So technically, he's working for the WWE, but more or less hired by Fox after last week's Ryan Satin numbers, 49,000 fucking viewers, which is absolutely pathetic. I humbly believe that WWE scrambled, Vince McMahon scrambled. They brought CM Punk in. They threw him a boatload of money. Triple H's, and I'm going to ask you this question. Triple H's thought process was that, look, CM Punk went to the UFC. He fucking failed. Looks like a piece of shit. Hasn't done anything in ring. Why are we paying this guy so much? He feels that if the WWE going to bring somebody in, from the combat sports world, it'll be a guy like Tyson Fury, or be like a Ronda Rousey, a champion, somebody legit. But, hey, they brought CM Punk back. But I kind of disagree with Triple H when it comes to him being legit, because the dude's fucking legit. Like, everybody wants him back. Like, everybody's been clamoring for CM Punk to come back. I really couldn't give a shit whether CM Punk came back or not. I would have rather seen him, to be honest with you, in AEW, like, help build that company. Nothing's set in stone. Nobody knows if he's ever going to wrestle again. The guy definitely doesn't look like he's in wrestling shape. He still looks like he's about his whatever he was weighing when he was fighting in the UFC. Looks very thin, but he looks happy. I would be happy too if they threw a couple. I don't know how much. Do you know how much money they threw at him?
Not exactly sure, but my question here is what if Daniel Bryan left the WWE at the height of his fame, coming off of WrestleMania 30 and 31 and all that? What if Daniel Bryan went to the UFC and lost 2 in a row? He's got he's got a more legit MMA background than CM Punk does. He did jiu-jitsu. He's got that whole background. What if he went 2-0 and embarrassed himself out there in the UFC? The wrestling fans don't care about that, because not the same fans that are watching wrestling are watching UFC. They would invite Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement back with open arms, just like they're going to love chanting CM Punk from now on, because there he is, CM Punk. They finally got him back. The closer that he gets to that door, putting his foot into the WWE door, the closer he gets to coming back. I think a lot of Triple H's problems is he never liked CM Punk to begin with.
He never did.
And he doesn't want to have to put him over. And he knows that basically CM Punk coming back legitimizes everything that Triple H was saying, the opposite of what CM Punk was doing. I mean, he didn't ever think that CM Punk was a draw and all these other things, and here it is. Now, if he comes back and he semi-saves these ratings for this backstage show, or even gets ratings to come back on Fox and Raw, depending on what Brandy comes back on, there you go. And if they don't have a say, if Fox is the one that wants CM Punk in there, we might see CM Punk in the ring. You never know.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I get it. Like Triple H is talking about people like Tyson Fury, Cain Velasquez, Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, and there's a potential of Ron Gronkowski to sign with the WWE. Those are all champions, people at the very top of their game, champions. You know what I'm saying? And CM Punk, yes, was a champion in the ring, but was he really that draw? Is he really that big a deal? He went to the UFC. I'm sure Dana White wasn't mad at the money he made, but the guy was a terrible fighter.
He was terrible. Yeah, even against 2 legit cans that he was going against, which Mickey Gall was kind of an up and comer.
Well, I was gonna jump in there. Mickey Gall is actually a really good fighter, dude.
Yeah, like, he's not that bad. But then the Mike Johnson guy or whatever, like, that guy, come on, like. Did you see those kicks? I mean, CM Punk was not ready to fight. He didn't train as long. His wrestling background wasn't something that was like a Brock Lesnar wrestling background. Like, he didn't. That's what happens if a hobby, like, that would happen if I went and trained for 3 years to go fight in the UFC. I would probably look like that. I mean,
like, you see a kid like Shorty G. I bet you put a kid like Shorty G.
Oh God, Shorty G would fucking fuck somebody up out there. Absolutely. He's got real wrestling. He's got Olympic caliber wrestling.
Olympic.
That's like being a Damian Maia in jiu-jitsu.
He there for a second,
but I got you. I think Triple H is just mad about this whole situation.
Well, but is Triple H wrong? This is what I wanted to talk to you about.
No, yes, he is wrong. Like, because think about those people that you said. They can't, like, stepping into the UFC is completely different than stepping into a wrestling ring, than stepping into a boxing ring, than stepping into a football field. With the Rob Gronkowski thing, I think they waited too long to pull the trigger. They should have already been doing work with him. I mean, how many times? Okay, have you ever watched Old Pride?
Of course.
You ever watch Old Pride FC?
Hell yeah.
So back then they would take shitty fighters and shitty wrestlers. Like let's say you were famous, Big Ray, they would take you and put you in the ring, and if you won, they might not put you back in there. But if you lost, they would continue to use you, like, just because you had that name and that star power but it was a completely different sport. Like, and it looked terrible. Like, you don't, these guys, I mean, Fury didn't look all that great against Braun. Their match was there. And Ronda took to it very well because judo has that background. Kurt Angle, somebody who came from outside, took into it very well. But I don't see Brock, like Cain Velasquez. He hasn't really taken to it. I mean, yeah, he can do a lethal injection, but he's still pretty green out there.
He's very.
You can still kind of tell.
Yeah.
So you're going to invest big on these guys at the beginning, but at the back end, how much are you really going to get out of?